between these two. Maybe we play an archive mode match. Me versus Zombie Grub, but one of us having Beastie and one of us having Bly in our team.
I hope you play Zerg and run all your mutas and Bly just yells at you forever.
Shut the fuck up! That happened one time! One time that happened! Shut the fuck up!
It's amazing.
Alright. Welcome back to the Best of 7 show match. This doesn't really have a title to it. It's just something we wanted to do to have some fun and get some streaming in today on, yeah. I'll flip for it. Flip a coin. Because I think you and me both want to play with Beastie, right? Safe to say, Terran for Terran.
Oh wait, man, I'll play with Bly.
You'll play with Bly? Okay. We'll make them fight over it then. Yeah, that's a good idea. At any rate, we are in game number 6. We're close to the end of the series. There's $75 on the line. It's not the craziest prize pool you've ever heard of, but $50 for the winner, 25 for the loser. They both get lunch or something out of this, easy peasy. Spawning in the top left corner of the map, though, we got the red Zerg player, Team Acer. It's Bly.
In the top right says the teal Terran. It's Beastyqt.
Yeah, fuck you, Zombie Grub. Maybe I will end up with Bly now. Just do some like super bullshit. I guess the only downside is we couldn't really stream. Like I guess unless you want to turn, I guess you'd have to turn your stream on or something to show your point of view. We wouldn't really be able to.
I was planning to anyways for the Archon mode afterwards.
Well, then that works perfectly. So as you say, we don't have a great way to observe it, but if you guys want to watch that from both our point of views, you can always multi-twitch it up. There you go.
Yeah.
So professional. This can be done in chat, of course. Of course. I don't even know what the last map is. What haven't we played on yet?
I actually just looked at it. It's hold on. No wait, I got it. No, it's on Iron. No, it's not. That's not on the map pool anymore. Hold on, I got this. Damn it! Yeah, you're right.
You were like building up for such a big like. Hey, no, hang on. Achoo!
Ah!
Bridgehead is a very funky map, which I'm sure Bly has a build or two ready to go for, but I don't know. This has definitely been a very back and forth series, which I'm a fan of. No matter how good or bad you guys personally may evaluate the skill level of the game, I'm actually enjoying this quite a bit because again, we've cast a lot of Beastie and a lot of Bly, and explicitly a lot of TvZs between the two of them. Not always against each other, but we've seen their strengths and their weaknesses, and it's really cool seeing this entirely different version. Like this is like a best of 7 we've never seen before.
Yes, I suppose. We haven't seen any best of 7s in Legacy of the Void yet, though.
That's true. Are we the first? Did we nail it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nailed it. You know what else we're gonna nail? If me and Livy are up on the caster desk, we'll be like the first time like 2 women have been casters on like a main stage ever.
That's pretty cool. We did that with like I think you and Zeph were like the first dual cast girls crew to do like a big audience like online. So it's like the next step up.
That's true.
Well,
probably.
I'll be. No, I'm not even the first fat guy. Damn it! I don't have a first anything I can do for this.
Wow, you'll be the first.
I'll just be there. I'll just be there.
Oh, you'll just be there. Okay then.
I'll be the first there.
Oh, womp womp. Maybe you could just be the first guy that doesn't wear pants when he casts.
I'll be the first guy to cast with Crank at a Canadian tournament. There you go.
That's true.
That'll be my cop out.
Well, I'll be the first people to cast with Crank in a main, but that's more him.
You know what? I'm gonna set in the schedule, so I'll be the first. Like literally.
Oh, okay. That you know that.
Cast rotation will be like me and Zombie Grub, then me and Crank. Boom.
Just one best of 3 for me. I'm like, okay, bye guys.
Yeah, see you later. I'm out. I gotta make waffles. I gotta make waffles.
I'm so excited for the waffles.
I gotta figure out what we're doing with the ice cream truck still though, because like we have to have like someone who's willing to like man the station all day, just like sit in there.
I'm sure we'll find plenty of volunteers for that one. You guys have to be careful though when you're like, oh, I really want to help out. I want to volunteer. I'll do anything. You guys got to be careful, okay? Because we're thinking of some really gross jobs for you. Someone might get the ice cream truck.
Who wants to clean the outhouse?
Someone might have to clean the outhouse.
Who wants to walk around with a scrubber all day? Yay! Lee attacking the catch. BC a little off guard, not by much. With SCV2 or 2 is going to go down, but other side of the map, trying to get that Liberator across quick. We do not quite have the armory, so it can't shoot down, and nor can the Hellions turn into Hellbats, so not exactly a push just yet.
No, not exactly. And we do have a problem that Bly, for once, it can go for roaches. So there's not an automatic counter, and even then, roaches aren't necessarily an automatic counter, to the Hellbats. These lings will get fried, and it'll be more about getting the best surface area possible, and of course those queens targeting the Liberator correctly. And here we go.
Well, the Liberator's wasting shots on an Overlord, so it's being really useful right now.
Nice.
I do like the Spore Crawler, though, anticipating this. That's kind of cool to see, and he's intentionally going to follow the Liberator with it too. That's really nice, but of course he's got to deal with the Hellbats. He's getting back best he can.
Oh.
There's Mutas on the way, but they're not here just yet.
There we go. Yeah, I was wondering what happened to the Lings, and they went for a counterattack just straight up. The Widowmines were not burrowed. They would have done more harm than good, probably, though. I mean, all SCDs go down anyways.
Yeah, there you go. Friendly fire. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so 13 for 15 workers, though.
Oh god. Well, more workers went down right there. This has gone officially better for Beastyqt, I think, who's now up 5 workers. As long as he can defend against the Mutas.
Yeah, the Liberators, by the way, guys, they do have splash damage versus air. The Mutas, I think a lot of people initially were scared, but all you gotta do is split just like a little bit. Liberators are not so bad.
Yeah. Bly was one of the first guys to be like, oh, they're really good against Mutas, but he has learned to split, and now it's not such a big deal.
Yeah, I think it's the same instance with Thor's. It's one of those things where it can be really bad, but it really depends on how the Zerg player comes into the fight. So, I mean, he's already pre-split coming across the map. There's really not a lot here at home to defend. There's a couple of Widowmines that might go off. There's a turret down, a bunker, but there's so much exposed in the main.
Yeah. Oh, did you clump up in preparation to take out the missile turret? But that just means Liberator can get some really good shots off. You gotta be careful.
Yeah. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Now, one of the big things is, and we're seeing this being brought up in chat, I've said this several times today, actually. No!
Oh god, oh dear Jesus.
Okay, that could have been so much worse. What? In real life, if I'm ever actually scared shitless, like, those noises are still gonna come out. I'm gonna be getting murdered in the alleyway, and all you guys are gonna hear from far away is like,
man, I really wish you lived, like, nearby. I really wish you lived nearby, because there's a thing called, like, that we go to called, like, Markov's Haunted Forest. Like, actually, like, real people come up and scare you, or, like, the big clown from It comes up to you.
Yeah,
I would just love to take you there, and just hear the noises.
No, thank you. Alright, there's quite a few Liberators, and quite a not few Mutalists, unfortunately, so you're gonna fall back. Overshoot gonna go down. What can the Lings really get done here? Not too much. Should be good defense. You know what actually would probably happen, though? Like, if we went to, like, some sort of scary thing together, it would just be like like, okay, you guys don't get to know the story of this, but I'm saying this in context of Zombie Up. It'd be like the Ferris wheel all over again. Like, it just freeze up and fucking, like, get scared.
He was so scared of this damn Ferris wheel.
Shut up! Like, dude, whatever.
It was a cooler Ferris wheel than normal Ferris wheels. At least. He wasn't just freaking out because we were high up. It was actually, like, moving and stuff. But
the cages weren't locked in. Funny. What if they flew off the Ferris wheel? You don't know. Fuck.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Actually, I seen this gif, like, where the guy spun the duck off of the duck ride. Did you see that?
I did.
That was actually pretty good. That's when I always get scared of shit happening, though. Like, you're like, oh no, the ride's gonna break on me. It's just my luck. But still some Widowmines left at home, so we're getting back in the game. Bly is probably gonna lose at least 2 meters to this. The Widowmines should both could be, or maybe not. Veers up. This is cool, though. I like that he's left them like this. It seems silly, but it's actually quite a big deal. Especially with the shots he got off earlier.
Well, I have him transitioning into roaches again.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
So we were going to talk about 2 base earlier, and then we got, like, ADD from the Widowmine shots.
I didn't.
I did. So, the whole 2 base opener thing, we're actually seeing this come out to be a lot more in Heart of the Swarm right now as well. So, I mean, there are a couple people in chat who are getting a little bit upset that Bly's forced, quote-unquote, into 2 base mutas, but it's just generally become the way to play. You're not really forced into it, it's just, this is how you play now.
Oh, specifically he's talking about, like, the Liberator Hellbat push is very strong.
Yeah.
And certainly he had to react to it, but, I think if he had any Banelings, because the Liberator had to run away from that Spore Crawler, he probably would have done a lot better, too.
Yeah, and we've seen instances straight up where Queens and Banelings will hold that attack just as well as Mutalisks, if not Roaches or whatever you're going to go for. I mean, The thing about Liberators, again, they're such these like such scary brand new units. You don't have a lot of practice versus them. But we've seen people just do like the smallest, laziest amount of micro and stop them dead in their tracks. So it is something where they can be really good, yes, but they can also be quite terrible. But trying to find a sweet spot to siege up back here away from Spore Crawler. You're just gonna come in. If you force siege all of them up, then you're not gonna have any in there.
No. This is a ton of Liberators. This is like the air, like the Liberator style that we haven't seen quite yet. You know, he showed us regular mech into Cyclones, and then of course Cyclone mech, but really hasn't gone a lot in the Liberators yet.
What?
Stop! Stop!
It's like chasing the left. Just go up. There you go.
It's obviously quite annoying, but Beastyqt not paying attention for a second. Those get sniped off. Bly, I think the worst thing about this is that Bly is just having to do, I mean, this is really probably tripping him up. He's doing a fine enough job defending against it, but obviously, like, his macro is slipping a little bit here.
Well,
I guess he's going to put it all into the Hydras right now.
I'd say the biggest problem, though, is he is giving Beastyqt the, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it complacency or the ease of mind to just go Cyclones behind this, really. He's going to get his tech up, and there's really nothing to stop him. Like, if Beastyqt dedicates to the Liberators, it's his own fault, but as we see, you know, factories come down, Cyclones are starting up, he'll have to get the tech to go with them. And all the meters do go down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, targeting optics starting up, we're gonna see all this go down crazy again.
I really hope we see Bly do a really nice Roach Hydra attack then, because this is the point where this would actually be perfect. You know, we have a nice enough
I don't think he
map.
Can. There's too many, what am I, so many tanks, like this turtle setup is so
probably.
sick.
If he was maxed out in the next minute, I think he could do it. Or if the Blinding Clouds are really good, I think he could do it. But this is like finally the one opportunity we see, because usually Bly wastes so much money doing like Roach shenanigans early on. And then he had to go into like this 2-base build, but I think he did a nice transition out of it, like nice enough anyways. He's up to 4 bases too, and his drone count's getting to a nice enough count too. He does need to attack though within the next, I'd say, like 2 or 3 minutes, because then the Cyclone count will probably be too high. The defense will be too good.
Well, didn't realize WCS was starting up so soon already. Considering when I looked at the WCS website a month ago, it said 3 p.m. PST, not 3 p.m. BST.
Oh. Oh well.
It's okay, we'll catch those matches after our sick Archon mode show match. Best
Yeah.
of 1 styles, very important, high stakes bullshit.
Yes, very high stakes.
We could top out and call this our Kickstarter show match too, right? Because we're supposed to play one of those with the pros.
Oh, yeah. No, we meant this plan.
Yeah.
Oh dear God, this did not go well. I don't really think he should be attacking into this high ground. Like, I don't know why he doesn't go up to the third. I mean, look at the third right now. And the bottom side, I think he could Blinding Cloud a couple and probably get the cancel on that 5th base that's building. Maybe harass the third a little bit. But, you know, going into this planetary where the tanks and Liberators already are, I don't know. I don't think it's the best.
He does get the Blinding Clouds down, which are nice. So, as you see, the planetary not shooting back, but the one big thing is there's not that many Cyclones though, so normally we saw that army just get shredded, and about 1/5 of the army would die instantly, but Blinds have taken a pretty rough fight, and it's more fighting in the planetary and the tanks after the Blinding Cloud wore off that killed him.
I would have really liked him see maneuver a little bit more. Beastyqt wasn't quite at he wasn't maxed out. He's still not maxed out. Like, covering the 3rd and the 4th and anywhere in between or around, he really didn't have that many units to do that. If he had just, I guess, played around a little bit more instead of really focusing on this base, he might have been able to do something. But now the opportunity might have already passed, as, you know, more and more Cyclones are on their way out. Upgrades are finishing up too, and I still think he could get this 5th base at least, like, killed if he had enough Hydras, but he's licking his wounds right now.
So Bly doesn't have the money for this, but just kind of going back, there's like a style floating around right now, Legacy of the Void. We've seen it ourselves, and maybe you guys have seen it a couple times too in some of the streams, like watching the Muslim and others play, but there are some people who are doing this weird mass Viper style, and while Vipers are great, like, he's got 5 of them. I mean, between static defense, lurkers on the ground, and what is possibly 10, 12 Vipers, like, Abducts would kill everything so much more efficiently than what's been going down. And it's a little sad that we don't see that coming out of Bly. I mean, it's kind of going back to almost that Snoot style of Swarm Host, if you guys remember how he would play that out. But it is something that's proven to be rather effective here in Legacy of the Void.
Yeah. This game, in general, looks a lot better than the other ones that I've gotten to this point. Like, The other ones, Bly tried something early on, didn't work. Beastyqt was allowed to get to the Cyclones, and then the Cyclones would win because, well, first of all, they might still be a little too overpowered, and then second of all, Bly would already be in a bad position. Like, he wouldn't have a bank, he wouldn't have a good economy. Now he has a bank, he has 70 drones, 5 bases, although there's some heavily harass on the 5th right now, or the 4th rather, and he's going up to a greater spire. Like, if he can include Broodlords with this army and maybe some Fungals too to really secure the air fight, I think he could win. We've seen Cyclones die to at least this.
Those lock-ons are doing a lot of damage for sure.
Yeah. I don't like, and he's like either getting lucky with the Vipers, or they're auto-toggling the Vipers, or he's just really good at microing, but they keep on getting the Vipers, which is shocking.
I'm wondering if it's an auto-target thing, because yeah, like the Viper's the one to provoke it with the attack, so kind of like an auto-attack, you shoot the thing and shoots you back. So by abducting it, maybe that's what it grabs onto.
I feel like that would actually be a really powerful but legit nerf if you change the AI on that. If the Vipers always survive from the Cyclones, then actually probably be a really good counter. Maybe. But since they seem to always be dying to the Cyclones, it just looks kind of wasted.
Dusty Fingers in chat asking a very legitimate question, saying if kiting is such a problem, why not use fungal? And this is something we talked a little bit about before, where fungal growth can work. This is just like Vipers, it's an expensive investment that might not pay off. Vipers are more guaranteed kills individually, whereas fungal growth guarantees you a better fight if you can take the fight. I think for somebody like Bly, though, it makes a little more sense not to go direction of fungals, because he's not really trying to trade. He's trying to go for snipes. He's trying to go for like these sort of assassination moves.
Yeah, usually what we see with fungals is they'll catch 1 or 2 Cyclones because they're pretty speedy, so the reaction's usually good enough from the Terran, and then they'll lose the Infestor because the rest of the Cyclones have really long range, or they will fungal enough Cyclones, but then the direct engagement will still go in the favor of the Terran, who still has this big damage output. Just it isn't the magic cure.
So Viking production's only just begun. Liberators are fairly limited. He's made 10 Broodlords, and this time there's not a whole lot of anti-air. The Cyclones themselves are anti-air, yes, but this time around it's not Broodlords or Hydras. He actually has both at his disposal.
Yeah, and as long as the Cyclones can't reach the Broodlords to target, the Broodlings should be the answer here. Like, Beastyqt, Cyclones are really good, but if you control your Broodlords right, the Broodlords should counter them.
I'm gonna start just kind of sieging up the planetary here. There's a couple, again, only a couple of Vikings really in play, not a whole lot. Parasitic Bomb can take care of this, Abducts can take care of this. In fact, you can go for the Parasitic Bomb anyways. This base is going to get, killed. They just abandoned as well, I guess. Oh, Parasitic Bomb is still dealing damage to the Liberators. It was, died in place. That is a cool effect I like to. Like, if the unit dies with it, it'll still stay in spot or whatever, but chasing with the Broodlord is certainly not something you want to do. It keeps you in range of the lock-on ability. You just back the other way.
But, you know, Beastyqt is starting to run out of room for his Cyclones to run to. If he had run into his natural, he would have really run out of room. Now the Hydras are adding in a lot of damage, they're soaking up a couple of the shots, they're taking care of the Vikings, no problem. And Bly has finally found an answer
I want these
to
to
the
go
Cyclone
up.
thing.
Catch them from behind. Go in with the roaches.
Yeah, that too. I think, like, Bly is winning here. He's up 70 supply, he's on top of the economy, he's going to be on top of the production soon enough.
Okay, so I don't want to get too negative here for Bly, because he's done a great job. He's actually fighting this out incredibly well for somebody who is so far behind at the point. But I do think a bit of this problem does go to Beasty. It took him a long time to get to those Cyclones. He spent a lot of time dedicating to Liberators, which looked good at first, but ended up just being kind of gimmicky. So it is something where I don't think this is a bad game out of Beasty, or Bly, pardon me, but I think it was more a little bit of a bad game out of Beasty. Either way, this was, for Bly, this is working, obviously. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Now, the Broodlords, I don't like that he's pushing towards the base of the Cyclones. I kind of love to see him just kill the production. So we all know how devastating. That much has not changed on Legacy of the Void. Terran players still going to be really weak without production.
Yeah. I mean, Beastyqt, he could have prepared for the Broodlords a little bit better. He really didn't have many Vikings. Like, I think 2 were out at that time. But then Parasitic Bomb, that's definitely what it's good against. The Vipers were already kind of good versus the Cyclones. You saw some good Abducts, but against air, Parasitic Bombs usually do dominate. So even then, that's not, you know, much of an answer.
Well, Beasty's putting up a fight. Counterattack goes down. Bly's not really... He's kind of losing... Well, graphics are freaking out a little bit there. Bly's losing some of his momentum on the right side of the map. Meanwhile, Beasty Look down supply. He's not in a great spot, but he is taking out bases. Tank run by hype. Yo, seriously, do you see this? The graphics are like wigging out here, like over that one area.
I don't really know.
Okay, not too important. But siege tanks. Oh, that can reach the mineral line apparently on siege. That's unfortunate. I do like though that this was a good move out of BC. If he caused no counterattack damage, he was absolutely dead in the water. But he brought Bly's army back home and forced him to calm down. And of course, Bly doesn't have a big bank to make 10 more Broodlords like he did that first time. Got a couple coming out. New base coming down to the south. And I guess for the sake of the VOD, you guys can't read Twitch chat, but Zomgrub laying down some knowledge.
No? What? I never talk in Twitch chat.
Oh, okay.
Imposter.
I'm telling you, you need a little pair of chibi boxing gloves, man.
I think that is gonna be an next emote. It's pretty good.
Put up them dukes.
This counterattack really did a lot of damage, though. I mean, suddenly everything looks a little bit more equal, right? Like he was up 80 supply, or 60 at least, and now he's only up 40.
I can't imagine Bly sitting there in his chair. They go like a minor setback, because I mean he does take another base. He goes right back to mining. I mean, that's the thing. Beasty, while he's taking all these other bases, he isn't exactly mining any better.
No,
it's all planetaries. It's not a bunch of orbitals. You know, like where's
if you
the
look at the
17
income?
mules?
The income's pretty even.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like because he doesn't have like 17 orbitals sitting aimlessly on the map. He's not dropping crazy mules. He's got like what 5 max? Like
yeah. It is a little more dangerous, as of course you know you I don't know, with fewer units, it's less of an A move. You know. Now Beastyqt has an opportunity to find the Broodlords out of position if the Hydra's, you know, a little like lagging behind or too far forward. And that's what base trading, the mini base trade we'll call it, which happen, can give you, is finding your opponent's bigger, better units out of position to actually be able to micro against them.
Yeah, Ruins of Stras is actually a fantastically huge map. It's going to be pretty easy to use mobility against things like Broodlords, which as we see are still not, like they've been trying to get to the top of the map forever now.
Yeah, and the Cyclones just run away. I mean, Beastyqt, he could start the rebuilding process, and he could get up to another very scary army of Cyclones, where Bly, I guess he's still trying to expand as opposed to getting a bigger army, but soon enough he'll have a good economy. If Beastyqt had gotten on top of any of the tech, like the Greater Spire, I think he'd be in a much better position. Like, if these are the only Broodlords he had to deal with for the next 6 minutes, he could do something, but more Broodlords are on the way. I'll just keep adding up.
Yeah. The worst part too is like the Cyclone very much so. There's a lot of units in this game that are kind of like the Reaper. You know, it's a unit that individually is whatever, but like in great numbers snowballs very hard. And that's kind of the case where there's not really that snowball of Cyclones.
Oh, they're doing a really nice job taking out whatever they can on the retreat process, but I feel like
sorry, continue.
Bly should just attack the production.
Exactly what I was gonna say. Like watching the Broodlords fly to the south, I'm like, no, just go here, man. Like that's nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Beastyqt really doesn't have the time or the money to rebuild all of that production, so this would be a scenario where Bly keeps adding on Broodlords, Roaches, Hydras, and Beastyqt would just only have these Cyclones that are Vikings he could pop out. But now he's attacking the economy, which is still good. Like either way, they're doing good damage to each other, but just the production might have been a bit better of a choice.
Yeah, man, he just got ripped apart. The base got annihilated. This is going to slowly happen too, and you kind of talked about a mini base trade earlier, and it kind of feels like the direction this is heading. Now, the one thing Bly's done too is like he has denied Beasty's mining. There's actually no mining going on at all right now. His income has dropped to 0, just straight up. So it's funny to see like that Bly's going to be able to still produce, but will that matter in the end? Like,
you know,
I feel any units that rally across the map are going to get picked off by the Cyclones.
I really wish that Bly had invested into a lurker den and some lurkers right now, because that's like the scans aren't really going down. Beastyqt's kind of doing, he's hurrying because he realizes that it's kind of a race against time here. And if lurkers are just protecting like the base attacking right now, for instance, they would run into them accidentally for 10 seconds. There might not even be a scan as all the orbitals are lifting up right now. Lurkers could have really helped in I guess any base trade scenario, right? Like they're probably going to be one of those units that like DTs could be the lifesaver.
Well, these Hydras might be able to take on some of the Cyclones. I mean, this army is really badly injured. This is... I'm looking at this like Mad Max Road Warriors, like a bunch of shitty cars with like grenades strapped to them, right? Like,
yeah,
this is really not a huge, glorious army.
And as long as Beastyqt is paying attention, he really shouldn't lose any. So he loses 2. It's because he was mismicroing a little bit, but... this game certainly was a lot closer than it looked when Bly was up 60 supply with a bunch of Broodlords and Corruptors and whatnot. But it still looks like it should go in his favor, even though he's lost out on basically all of his money. Beastyqt, I guess, is still mining, technically.
Can the Hydras and Corruptors protect the Broodlords,
whoa,
though?
whoa, 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 could you... Well, could they? Could they just go ahead? There you go.
Would they is the better question, am I right?
Jeez.
Can I go to the bathroom, teacher? Yes, you can, but...
He just lost... I mean, the 2 of the Broodlords are almost dead. He lost 2 more.
They're both on 11 workers. This is just a screwy situation. This is where mules start carrying in the game. Look at that income difference, but... Broodlords, please.
This is
so
bad.
low.
This is bad.
It is. It really is. I
love that.
But this is okay, so let's talk about like the way this led up, right? One of the big things is we talked about the Scrappy series, we talked about the Silly series, but one of the big things about this was it did in previous games it was intentional 1 base versus 1 base. Now we're 30 minutes in and it's kind of 1 base versus 1 base. No one has any units to work with and no one has any money to play with. The question is who can make the most out of this situation? And I think potentially speaking Bly should be able to, but the problem is I don't think he's gonna be able to protect those Broodlords before the Vikings kill them. Like just the sort of A move kamikaze might be what's called for.
Yeah, and you can only imagine what would have happened if he had just killed the starports.
I know, if he had gone for the production, right?
Yeah, because in dealing with the Cyclones, I think is absolutely something he could do, but the Cyclones and the Vikings, and how many Vikings he has too, it's not just 2 or 4, I think they can volley down 1 shot of Broodlord. Yep.
Yep. Not even a question, it's just the answer.
This suddenly, like, Bly had the answer. There was a seriously
this looked
good
like his
engagements.
Game. It really did.
And now it's back to Beastyqt. So Beastyqt, well done with the Cyclones.
This was a close game, and this was a great match. And I you know, sometimes you get to those sort of lame games in a best of series, but this best of 7, I think all the games were pretty damn good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
both players made some really serious mistakes to even allow each other to get to both points of, you know, like a lot of Cyclones and a lot of Broodlords. At the end of the day, I think really the mobility of those Cyclones are what won out, to be able to run around the entire base and kill everything.
This is 100% of his army right here. GG. Beastyqt, ladies and gentlemen, will take this series 4-2, winning $50, and of course being the winner. But now we gotta go set up the shit show match is what we'll call it. It's like it's gonna be an Archon 1v1, but we gotta figure out which player is playing with who, and that's gonna be important. So WCS is starting up. You guys, we're not gonna do too much stuff here. We don't want to keep you from WCS, but we are gonna play a best of 1 Archon match. We'll figure out if I'm with BC or Bly or Zombie goes with BC or Bly, but we'll play some ads, we'll figure that out, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes here. This should be fun.